I were a buyer right now, I'd be out shopping now because, the Fed's announcement. So I know that interest rates are lower now than they were a year ago and probably going to continue to go down as I go out looking for homes. So I've got that to my advantage. I still have great inventory. There's still a great selection of homes for sale. So if I'm looking for something in particular, it's probably out there to be found. And I think there's going to be a number of sellers who would like to get their property sold by the end of the year or by the holiday season, be moved on somewhere. So, you might get lucky and find one of those sellers that you can negotiate with. And then I think the big advantage, if you're planning on living in the home full time, if you close by the end of the year, you can file for homestead.
And another thing to think about with buyers right now, they got the sellers are negotiable. They got that great inventory out there. They can, they're not competing also with all the other buyers that will be jumping into the market.
That's a good point.
This season.
So yeah, you could do it now on your own with your realtor, or you can jump into the market when all the snowbirds are looking, and then sellers will feel like they've got the upper hand, I'd imagine, if they're getting more showings on their homes and they're getting more activity and more looks and more impressions because there's more snowbirds in town, right?
If you look at buyers too, what we find working when they make their offers, I know a lot of buyers kind of feel like, oh, there's blood in the water. Let's make a lowball offer, getting greedy. That ends up just poisoning the well in the negotiations, right? It kind of becomes a bad faith feeling on the seller's part. But if you make a reasonable offer, say within 10% or more, 10% of list price, say, start there or higher, they'll generally, most sellers will talk to you and take your offer seriously.